So I am really glad that I was able to take soft skills before I graduated, it being a new class. Um, Even though I didn't need the elective, I still wanted to take it because I kind of knew how beneficial it would be. And it exceeded my expectations. I have learned so much that I would have never even thought about. It gave me a new way to think, act, and just a new way to live. With that being in the professional world and outside of the professional world, all of these concepts can tie in directly to both of those things. The first book we read was How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I really liked that book because it teaches you how to get out of tough situations and how to deal with tough people when there's not really a clear, definitive answer on what you should do. It just gives you great tips for situations like that. For example, techniques with handling people. Number one is don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Those are three simple thoughts, and it's great that you could learn that from this book. The next one is 6 ways to make people like you. The next one is win people to your way of thinking. It gives you tips on how to do that. And the last and best one is how to be a leader. And it teaches you how to be a leader without necessarily being in a leadership position. And I think that is probably the most beneficial thing from this class because we're all graduating. We're going to be on the bottom of the totem pole. And gives you a leg up on how to climb your way up that totem pole. And just because you're an intern or you're, freshly out of college, doesn't mean you don't have leadership roles that you can fill. It was just a really great book, and it was one of my favorites. I had my mom read it. Yeah, the next one was Five Dysfunctions of a Team. And going into, we're all might be supervisors or managers one day, and this book is very insightful on how to run a team, how people work together, strengths and weaknesses, and how they can complement each other or do the opposite. I really love the five dysfunctions, and I'm going to list off the five dysfunctions because there's something that you wouldn't really ever think about. So inattention to results relates directly to status and ego and how that works on a team. Avoidance of accountability relates directly to low standards, the team having low standards. Lack of commitment directly leads to ambiguity. Fear of conflict directly relates to artificial harmony. And absence of trust directly relates to invulnerability. And those are the five dysfunctions of a team. And those are five things that I would never have thought about. And another five things that directly correlate with them and how to fix them. And so I highly recommend that book to anyone, especially if they're in a leadership position. The last and final book was Presence. And I really like this book because I like knowing why people act or think the way they do. And this book is very psychological and very interesting, very intriguing. One of my favorite concepts from this book was fake it till you feel it. Just because you're nervous and you're insecure doesn't mean you have to be that on the outside. That's just how you feel on the inside. And if you hold your posture a certain way and you act a certain way, eventually you will fake it until you feel it. And those outward actions will become how you feel on the inside, which is also a great tip for working in the professional world. I would definitely recommend this class to any senior, anyone in college, just before you graduate. It gives you a huge leg up into going into your first job and not making all those mistakes with trial and error and already knowing how to act and how to fix those things, and or at least just being aware of those things. Um, it's very highly beneficial. I love that I take this class. I love that Dr. Gates made this class. And if you're participative in this class and you read the books, you will gain so much knowledge and information that you did not know. Thank you.